I'm starting to feel stressed about the collection drop release date, and I think it's affecting my mood when I come into the art studio. I just need to remind myself to like chill and just do what I can. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the poll about the sailboat painting with the gold leaf. And I asked you guys whether or not you felt the gold leaf was too distracting. Not only was this the majority vote, but I also think that I came to the conclusion that, yeah, you know what? Thank God for Procreate. I'll show you. And then this is it before. Before. And I thought on this long and hard and like sat next and literally just swiped back and forth a million times to check. The third conclusion I've come to, potentially not the last one, is I think if I fuss with it, it's really gonna change everything. I love it dearly. I mean, I think in a lot of ways it's so awesome, but there are also things that I would improve on. I almost feel like a recreation, like a second rendition of it, doing it in a different way, might be better. We'll see. Let's look at this. Meddling does not always fix. How this looks. Coming at you live in my PJs with no makeup on, just because I was inspired. Some things that I've learned from working with gold leaf, and I figured that I would share them with you, so you don't have to do what I did. Learn from me. Some important things. One, depending on the medium you're using, in my case, oil, the easiest thing is to put gold leaf down first, seal it if necessary if you're not using 24 karat gold, and then paint on top of it. Unless you're working with acrylic, that seems to be maybe the alternative. So if you do need to put it down later, I would paint an underlayer in acrylic first, put gold leaf on, and then finish in oil. The other thing is look at the kind of gold leaf you get. It's not, you can do it with just gold leaf itself, but look for transfer gold leaf. That's gonna have the sheet that you can like press down and push it down versus me, which was using like pastry tongs in order to lift it up. Have a good work area set up because it gets messy. If you're painting and then putting gold leaf on top, make sure that bottom layer is dry or else it's going to adhere in places that you didn't put adhesive, which is what I ran into. It stuck to literally anywhere that I put it, when I would have preferred it just obviously go to where I put the glue. That's life. The other thing is I think putting some sort of color underneath it so that if you do happen to miss a little bit, it's not just white underneath. So I've been thinking about this collection because of the timing of things. I'm debating cutting one out and just releasing 7 as well as the resin collection. There's a few reasons for that. One, I'd like to get this collection done before the holiday season so that they're available. The last one that I was gonna do was gonna be a Western themed one. However, I think my entire next collection is going to be Western themed, since this one ended up being a little more English and equestrian. So instead of trying to cram one more in quickly and potentially not doing that great of a job, I would rather put better effort into fewer paintings than feel rushed and stressed and kind of tempted to do subpar work and release 8, you know? I'm also really excited for the next collection already because my mind is just overflowing with ideas. Without spoiling too much, there are going to be some sculptures, and there is going to be some more abstract art, some more resin art, a lot of really cool Western artwork. I'm talking to a photographer right now that I'm hoping they're gonna let me use some of their photos because they are brilliant and exactly what I was looking for. So least favorite part, but like favorite part, just most challenging. Organized is how I am efficient and careful. This is gonna take a while, so I'll catch you in a bit. I have not been filming the resin part of this project just because there's a lot to do. And I really didn't want to mess it up. I just wanted to focus on the artwork and getting comfortable with the process. So I do apologize, but I would rather create really good art. So ready for layer 3 now. So many new art goodies, and I figured I would just unbox them with you. I did a bunch of research on resin, which thank God, because I probably would have lit my house on fire. FYI, don't use a butane torch or any open flame on resin mixed with alcohol ink. And I'm so glad I did research because I absolutely would have gone over with a butane torch. Yay for research. That's why it never hurts to learn about your products beforehand and their safety precautions. I do have the proper safety rating masks. So what did I get? I ended up investing in some pigments for resin that are specifically designed to mix with resin so that not only does it not alter the mix, but you can use a torch over it and get rid of bubbles. I got some pigment, more pigment. That's like a white, I got a chocolate, and then this one's kind of a teal green. Those are not necessarily going on this one, but future ones. And then I got some liquid pigments. I think I got them just in case I didn't like the powders. And these ones, I got the specific colors for this rose series. So I got that, and then I got another mixing container. Other awesome thing I got was some new brushes. I'm definitely one of those artists that's really, really hard on their brushes. And I know, depending on how you were raised around artwork, that can be sacrilegious to some. But it's just honestly the way that I use brushes. I'll do a lot of fine work, but I also end up just kind of end up scrubbing with them and they get splayed. I still have a purpose for them, but I do frequently need to replace my zeros, double zeros, and triple zeros. Well, let's start with the one that started this purchase, and that was a mop. Mundy mop, I believe is what it was called. The reason I got this is because of the style backgrounds I tend to do are kind of photographic in that sense, where I like to add a lot of depth that way. So I wanted a brush that was soft enough and big enough that I could just blend really well. And this brush feels amazing. I love it. That's perfect. So that's what started this order, and then I needed free shipping, so I got more of I got an evergreen pointed round, and I believe those are double zeros. And I got a few Eclipse short filberts, and I got a 0 and a 1 on those. And those I really like for doing kind of like straight lines or edges on things. They're really good at that. But I love my 1s, my 0s, and my double zeros, so I replace those quite often. Well, that's a wrap on this vlog. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you are a fellow artist, I hope you potentially learned something new. And if you're not, then I hope you enjoyed the process and just seeing what goes into some of the paintings that I create. If you are interested in any of the pieces of artwork that you saw, make sure to check out my website and sign up for my newsletter, because that will add you to the private collectors list where you get all the juicy details about the paintings as well as a comprehensive price list. So if you want priority access, if you want to know more about all the paintings, make sure to sign up. That is all in the description box below. And time is ticking. We've got a lot to get done. A few more paintings and the entire resin collection needs to be done before I release the collection. So already I'm just brimming with ideas for the next one. So I really want to get this one wrapped up because really cool things are on their way. So I hope you're enjoying these vlogs. Let me know if you like these or if you like the individual painting ones more. I am so curious. So as always, thank you for joining, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.